Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Trisha, and I want to do a little recap. Last Sunday, the Sunday before that, it was, yeah, 2 Sundays ago, we went to service, and the pastor was talking about addictions and how to get rid of them. So, I've been praying about this subject for a long time because it's been on my heart that I do have to get rid of them. And I've tried to quit I don't know how many times. It was a long time. I've quit and then I started and then I quit smoking and then I started again. It's been my whole life with everything. Um, so last Sunday he was saying that you have to stop on your own. When you reach a certain point where you just can't continue, that's when you reach out to God. And then God takes it over. And that's what I did. But something really strange happened to me in church that Sunday. I had a full pack that wasn't even opened, and then I had just another pack that was open that had just a few cigarettes in it. And you know how you're sitting there and you're just, it's being like edged on you to get rid of them. I don't know if any of you have had that feeling that you just got to do what you got to do. So I'm sitting there in the pew, and while he's talking about this, something weird just came right over me. I mean, I don't know what it was. It was that feeling to get rid of them, and then I also became all dizzy and lightheaded, and I don't know what the heck that was. And oh my goodness. So he did an altar call at the end, and a lot of people went up. I don't know for what they went up for, but I grabbed the cigarettes out of my purse. I held them, like tucked them in under my shirt, and I was holding them. And when he came up to me, I looked at him and I said, "Take these." And I handed it to him. And he looked and he just ran away with them. He put them on the altar, and then he just started praying over them and praying over them. And then he came over to me and he started praying over me. And then my eyes were closed and I couldn't see anything, but my husband was watching, and he said he went back to the cigarettes and he crushed them all up and put them in a trash can. I couldn't see anything because my eyes were closed, and I'm just into it and just praising the Lord and everything. And when I got back to that seat, uh, we went out to eat after that. And it was 4 hours after that I didn't even have a cigarette, and I wasn't even craving it. So, I do have to report that I am totally smoke free. No cigarettes, and I'm quite happy about that. I'm not saying that I don't crave it, because I do. I still have that little edge here and there that says, get a pack. The light went up, and I just stare at it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, no, because it's up to me to determine what I want to do. Now I do have to quit smoking, yes, because I have to get the sleeve. I want to get the weight loss surgery. But for me to get that, I have to be totally smoke free. But in reality, not only is quitting smoking going to help me get that surgery, but it's also going to benefit something else that I've wanted to do for a long time too. I just don't want anything to be in my body that doesn't need to be there. Uh, so I have to get rid of that. And I've been fighting with this my whole life. So the next time I go to the doctor, I think, which is in the middle of July, I'm going to start that discussion back up with them about the weight loss surgery. I never did quit. I always wanted it, but we just had to postpone it because I was teetering with my husband's condition, and that edged me on to smoking to relax me, and you know, it's just a touchy situation at this moment, but I am pleased to say that as of now, there are no cigarettes. However, I did start eating again. So now I'm back to battling another situation because now it's like the habit that I used to have with the cigarettes is being taken up by sucking on suckers. You know, keeping my mouth busy because, you know, it's a habit. It's got to be busted. And the more I think about this, the more I think when I was little, you know, I was probably only about 8 or 9 years old, and I keep having flashbacks of this. And when I was little, I had a bad habit. And I don't know if any of you dealt with this problem or not, but I used to suck my thumb when I was little. And my next door neighbor, who was an adult, was a good friend of my mother's, and they lived next door to each other. Well, she would come in and I'd be sleeping on the couch because it would be too hot upstairs because we didn't have air conditioning. I slept, you know, downstairs on the couch, and because it was cooler down there. And she would come over to see my mom, and I'd be sucking my thumb. So literally she'd be teasing me about this. She goes, "Oh, what are you going to do when you go on sleepovers? You're going to be sucking your thumb?" You know, and that stayed in my mind. So I don't know if it was a bad thing or a good thing that she said, but what she said, you know, made me stop because as I got older, I did not want to be sucking my thumb. And so, I mean, I didn't know how to do it. They put that stuff on my fingernails that made it taste yucky. That didn't work. They taped up my finger. That didn't work. No matter what they did, it didn't work. It had to be me that made that determination to break that habit. So, I'm going to switch arms again. This one's getting tired. But, what I did was, when I was little, is I put both my hands under my butt. And I was determined that I was not going to suck my thumb anymore. And I put them under my butt. And that's how I went to sleep every single night. And if I found my thumb in my mouth, I immediately took it back out and went right back under my butt. So, no matter how many slip-ups you have to stop it. Immediately, stop it. Take a look at it and say no. Even if you take a hit. Oh, what am I doing? No, put it down. Stop it. So, this is what I have to do with the cigarettes, and I realize it's going to be hard, but it hasn't been really too hard because I've been focusing, and just like when I was little, when that temptation comes along, I just, you know, just stop it. Just, stop in your track. You have to look at it. You have to look at it. You have to analyze it and say, no. So, this is a little over week 1, and I know it's early in the process, but we'll see what happens. My husband hasn't smoked in 6 months, which is good for him, but he can't smoke anymore because of the situation that he has. My son still smokes, so there is that temptation there that we both have to deal with. So, other than that, we're at the hospital right now, and I'm waiting for him to come out. They're changing his wrapping, and I figured since he's doing that, I have a little bit of time to do a video and let you guys know what's going on. And after that, we're going to go see a movie. um, about it's about that fault in California, the San Andreas. So I really want to see that movie. And another thing too is a lot of things have happened in my life that totally turned me around, and I want to start talking about that a little bit. But I do have two other channels, and I'm not going to put them on the. I'm just going to erase the other two channels and bring everything onto this channel. So if there's something that's not weight related that doesn't interest you, then just skip over it. But I feel that I need to do this, and my husband is back. How did it go? Bad. Did it hurt? Alright, guys. He's back, and I'm gonna let you go. Have a good day.
Hold on, just give me a second. I'll put more.
Here's my church. My little church. Love this little church.
I'm gonna have to back up.